Hey everyone, and welcome to beautiful Cochise County, Arizona. We're looking at the Cochise stronghold in the background behind me, and going on a little walk on this 10-acre property that I just bought. So I'm relaunching the video blog, and a couple of you did request this just so you can see progress on the property as I make improvements and build some stuff on here. But I guess I just wanted to talk about what's going on and how I ended up here and why I'm here, why I'm doing this. And what happened was I bought this 10-acre property out here in Cochise County, Arizona, for a lot of the reasons I talked about on the podcast a couple episodes ago. They have this builder opt-out law where you can opt out of getting a building permit, and the land is relatively cheap and close to a lot of my friends in Phoenix. So it made sense for me to buy land here, and I could afford it. And it's really beautiful. So that's that. I guess why I'm doing this is to have a space for me and the people in my life to have a chance to collaborate with each other and share more of our lives together. I'm building a super adobe house, which is a very manual process. It's very simple, and it basically requires more people power than machine power. And that's kind of the model of how to get stuff done that I want to start using. And so that's why I bought this land, is so I can do projects like that. And then through those projects, we can start to rediscover the power of each other and having each other in our lives. And that's the bigger reason why I'm doing this, is because I want to start to address some of the bigger problems in our society, the real problems in our society, which I think are this mental health epidemic that we're having, and this loneliness epidemic, and this isolation epidemic. And I would say that we've become very isolated from each other. We've become very isolated from the earth, which is our real home. And we've also become very isolated from the real versions of ourselves, which are these beautiful, amazing human beings who we want to be outside. We want to be playing music and spending time with each other and exploring our own unique gifts. And instead we're forced to crouch over a computer all the time or do some sort of menial task. And that's really the big problem as I see it. So I want to start to address all those problems, and this is how I'm planning on doing it, is to do these projects. I want to start building stuff with people and do these rainwater harvesting projects where we can start to actually take care of the earth like it should be. And the earth is going to start taking care of us in a big way. It's going to produce for us if we just do a few simple things to make sure that it's healthy and vibrant. So that is the manifesto, and I'm just going to give you a little tour of the relevant project at the moment so you can see how it's going, and this will probably be cool to look back at later as we make progress. Okay, so what we have here is the build site for what hopefully will be a future super adobe tiny house. And if you don't know what super adobe is, it's basically a method of building with long rolls of sandbags that you fill with earth and usually some sort of stabilizer like cement, and you make coils of that with barbed wire in between. And you typically make domes. You can make other structures, but it's usually domes because they're very strong and self-supporting. And I'll link to a video by a YouTube channel called Tiny Shiny Home that they have a whole video series about super adobe if you want to check it out. But I'm gonna be breaking ground here in the near future, and this is the foundation for this first dome that I'm gonna build. And basically I'm gonna build several domes that are connected with hallways. And so this is a 13-foot dome, which is gonna be sort of like a front door, and then kind of like a living area with a little dining table in there potentially, and probably some benches around the outside. And I'd like to have like a heat source in there eventually, so sort of an indoor hangout place in the winter time. And then I've marked out the center location of the other domes, so this will be the future bedroom. And then over there we're looking at future kitchen dome, another entrance to the back side of the building, and then having a shower, and bathroom dome over there. So it's a pretty blank canvas out here. This property did have a septic tank already and a well and electric, so I picked out a spot that's close to all those things. But other than that, I mean, 10 acres is like a huge amount of land. I, almost never venture out beyond this little area where I have an RV set up temporarily for my living quarters. But what we're looking at here is I really want the main gathering spot here to be like a big outdoor kitchen area. And I want to do as many things as possible outside, again, for that connection to the earth part of things. Just being outside, I think, is a very grounding place to be and puts us in the right mindset, and takes away a lot of the distractions that, I don't know, just sitting around a campfire with other people is always a fun experience. And I think it's just speaking to some sort of innate human thing in us that we need these experiences. So that's the plan for that. I've never done anything remotely like this before, so I have no idea how this is going to turn out. But already things are coming together. I put the word out for this. I'm having a bunch of people come out to do this first dome, and I had no idea how many people were going to respond. And that was kind of a nerve-wracking experience, because I've put a lot of resources into making this workshop happen, and if nobody could come, then it was all kind of a waste. But I was just kind of like, look, like, this is something I wanted to do for a really long time, and at some point, you have to just go for it. Like, if everything in my life right now is lining up to make this dream possible of having some sort of homestead. It's something I wanted to do for a long time, and I just feel like I should take advantage of the opportunity. And so I put myself out there and put the invite out there, and I just figured, like, if it doesn't work out, at a minimum, I'm going to learn a lot, and hopefully it will get me closer to realizing some of my dreams. The amazing thing is I've gotten even more people responding than I had expected, so we had to increase the size of the dome from 12 to 13 feet so that we would, I don't want just people to come and then just stand around with nothing to do or finish too early or something. So to properly utilize all the people coming out here, we had to go bigger, so that's awesome. So we'll see. It'll be a fun time. People are going to be camping out here, so that's been a big project. I have like these two simultaneous huge projects, which is getting a temporary living set up and running, and then getting an entire fully functioning super adobe construction site up and running, which is a lot. It's just all the tools, all the little things, all the little details. Huge shout out to Jared, who's coming out to run the workshop. And we had like a 2-hour phone call the other night just talking through the equipment that I need, and it's like everything matters. There's a specific type of metal can that's good for passing the dirt up to the person filling the sandbag. So so these things all matter, and so the amount of things I'm having to acquire it's like hundreds and hundreds of things. And then having a whole temporary outdoor camping setup is a huge thing. So fortunately I can spend all my time working on this, which is great. But it's been a lot of work, and it's kind of a compressed timeline because everyone's getting a lot busier in February. So trying to make this thing happen. But so anyway, that's kind of the latest and where things are at right now. And I guess that's it for the first episode, and I will come back to you as there's more developments.